Well, I don't know what happened there, but I have no audio. I hope I have audio on my microphone. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Am I making noises for you people? It sounds, oh, shit, yeah. Wow, that's loud inside my head, man. Wow. Friday night, bitch night. Lots of bitch dude night. Just, I've had it with the world. You guys are all fucking idiots. Every last one of you. I'm done with you. You people piss me off. I'm, I've just had it with the fucking planet. You're all, everybody's just fuck. They're all stupid. Um, it is Friday. It's bitch night, as I said. We got some bitching to do and some complaining to do and some updating to do, and we had some fun around here yesterday, right? So, without any further ado, we're gonna pull up this lady. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on now?
Amoebas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Restream.
I don't know. Restream's fucked. It's just I can't bring you in. This is bad.
Oh,
The whole thing here. So, no. Yeah, this is FooBard. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm just gonna push buttons.
I'm
Hang on,
leaving.
wait. Yeah, there's a push that button. No, push that button. Okay, you leave and pop back in. I'll keep the masses entertained by my ranting and ravings and so forth. Yeah, it was a rough week, a tough week, shitty week at work. Just for me myself, just I had a tough time. It was not easy to get through it, but I managed to get through it. Um, I pulled into a warehouse this week, and there's a tractor trailer parked sideways right across the entire freaking parking lot. Okay, let's try this now. Oop. Nope, still not. It doesn't work for me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's take this out. Move that. Click on that. Hey, there you are. I fixed it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Tamara says she hears something. I don't know, but that's from a while ago. So, anyways, I pull into this loading dock, and Buddy's got a 53-foot trailer and a 109-inch Super Pro highway tractor blocking the entire fucking parking lot. I was like, what the hell? Like, why would you do this? It's the one door you shouldn't be parked at that you've parked at. Oh well, whatever. He's not going to be long. I'm way ahead of schedule because I don't have a schedule. I marched to my own drummer. So I figured out whatever. I'll just sit back and wait for him to finish up, and then lo and behold, another 5-ton pulls in, pops in front of me. Buddy in the tractor trailer pulls out. Buddy in the 5-ton backs up to the door, and it's like, fuck.
What do you think I was waiting here
What do
for?
you think I was waiting here for, you dumb fuck? So, anyways, I pull onto one of the other doors further down the way, and as I'm walking back, this lady comes out of her truck. She's 175 years old, if a day. Jumps out of this 5-ton. Excuse me, sir. Do you know how to operate the power tailgate? It's blocking my door, and I can't open my back door. So I just looked at her and went, "Oh, you probably should have to know how to operate your equipment before you take it on the road. That's priority one. Wouldn't it be, safety first type deal? Know your equipment, know what you're doing." Yeah, well, they just hired me today and threw me on road, and this is kind of where I'm at. Looked over at her power tailgate. Yeah, I don't know how those ones work. Went in, dropped my fucking shit off, and left. When I left, she was still trying to figure it all out. So yeah, we had a little fun, little good time around here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
54, and I
I still feel 22.
oh yeah, I'm fucking 12 in here and just 75 and out here, but I fucked up. We've been married for 27 years, together for 30 plus years, and I remember year one, birthday one that we celebrated together. You said, if you ever fucking buy me anything green, I will kill you. So I come home yesterday, yesterday.
Mhm.
Gave you your birthday present, and it was a garden wagon, a garden cart.
Which I really, really need.
It'll help around the yard to pull shit around. And it's green, so I got away with one. All these years, got away with one. And I actually came up to Doe and apologized for it later. So
That was actually good because I got to feel like I did something by putting it together. So I miss putting stuff together and dismantling things and stuff like that. So it was good. It built my
positive.
spirits.
Mike says happy birthday, and Tamara thought it was going to be a birthday video from Jimmy.
No birthday
No,
videos.
no
from
birthday
Jimmy.
videos
Not
from Jimmy.
listening.
But I did. My mom turned 80 this year in March, or last year in March. She turns 81 next week, the 24th.
Okay, so.
Last year I got her a Jimmy stripper video, and it was to die for. It was hilarious. The best part of that whole thing was her reaction to the video, and then for the last, I don't know,
I think
3
she's-
weeks,
I think
4
she's
weeks.
worried now, but
Oh, she's scared shitless. She did. We're going over there to have
Brunch.
coffee or brunch with them tomorrow, and she's scared. She has no idea what's coming down the pipe, and quite honestly, we don't have anything. Nothing planned.
it's gonna be a letdown.
It'll be a real letdown. Happy birthday from Danielle. So, anyways, the last 3 weeks or so, everybody's bitching. Oh, firefighters! You should have firefighters. Well, guess what? Firefighters. You know it. These two lovely ladies are actually from Edmonton. Hey,
There
some
you go, Mike.
firefighters for you. Hey,
There you go, Mike.
there you go. You wanted firefighters? You're getting firefighters. Hey, yeah. No complaining now. No more. See, these ladies are from Omaha. That's why the picture's blurry. They should have hired a Canadian photographer. I'm just saying, right? Hire someone local.
Yeah, I know you're willing
Yeah.
to travel for that.
Yeah. Kel's disappointed. Don't worry, Kel. I didn't leave the ladies out. Do you think I'd do that to you? Do you think I'm some kind of mean asshole that wouldn't do that? And these aren't Lamont ones. This guy's actually from Edmonton. One of the local
You make a
Edmonton
really good
firefighters.
leprechaun. He looks like a leprechaun.
Yeah, looks like the neighbor.
Kinda, yeah.
And this guy's from Calgary, so I don't want to hear any small town digs here. See, there you go. This dude's from Calgary. Both firefighters, both men. There you go. Enough bitching. That's it for firefighters from now on. That's the last firefighter you'll ever see on the show. Stop
Unless
your
it's
whining.
Brad.
Stop your complaining. Unless it's Brad Hopper, and he's always welcome to jump on the show at any time. And with Brad, even I don't care if he's clothed or not. He's just a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a really genuine, nice guy.
Yeah, and then last year for my mom's 80th birthday, Tamara got 80 buzzards put onto her front lawn. So it was fun. Like I say, it's gonna be a real letdown this year for Mama's Isha. Gonna be kind of disappointed.
I worry about my 55th because my 50th went smoothly. So my 55th next year will be really, I think, something else because
You never
COVID will be kind of nipped in the bud, I hope,
I hope so, but you never know.
and then I'll be better.
So other than that, sitting around, we're waiting for the 31st of March. That's when you go for your.
Yeah, I really won't know anything. I'll get the CT scan and the MRI, and then sometime after that I'll be booked in for surgery. So you'll be living alone again.
Yeah, I'll need a weekday wife this time around. I'm not doing that again. So.
But at least it's spring. At least
Yeah,
the
it's spring.
sunshine It feels so good to
get
be
out.
outside.
Yeah, we can get out and take dog out and
Just get out.
of the house and do some stuff. I might take a wade and just go someplace with the camera and just park my ass someplace by a creek or a stream or a river or someplace where the odds of drowning are actually very great, and just take a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. So
I don't know why you'd want to drown.
I don't want to drown. I
It'd be
don't
a hell
want
of a
to.
way to go.
It is. It's supposed to be the worst way to die. Danielle says you look fantastic. I
Thank
hope
you,
you're
my
feeling well.
adopted daughter.
She does look great. I walked in the house the other day, and it's funny when you live with somebody 24/7 and spend every waking hour with them outside of work. You don't often see big changes in people. Like It's that old adage: the husband comes home from work and the wife's changed her hair. Notice anything different? You wash the walls, that deal. And I walked in the house yesterday, it was yesterday. You had the house torn apart.
Yep.
Doing all sorts of shit that she wasn't supposed to be doing.
But I did it anyway.
And I walked in the house and I kind of stood at the doorway and watched her, and hey, how you doing? I walk in the house, hi ladies, because I live with 3 women, one human, one cat, and one dog, but they're all female, so there's a lot of estrogen of varying things around here. I always walk in, hi ladies, or hi family, or whatever. And I walked in, hi ladies, and I stopped in my tracks and just looked at Doe, and she was doing something menial, nothing. And I looked at her and kind of, you know what? If you didn't know this lady had cancer, you'd never guess it. So, yeah, she's looking good. She's doing good.
Yeah.
It's
Energy's still up and down and stuff,
Yeah.
but that's to be expected. At least the radiation rash has slowed down, so I'm not as itchy, but I'm still itchy.
oh, Tamara, that never works out. Your kids are orangutans. They don't listen to the photographer, and I only do nudes now. That's all, just nudes. So
You don't think he'll look any different?
what's that?
Cal, I've been in the same room as Mike for 20 hours. I don't think he'll look any different.
Kel, you need some serious help.
Hey, Gwen, thanks for joining.
Yeah, hi, Gwen. So yeah, like I said, then I noticed the change. Like I say, you don't notice changes in people, but with Doe in the last 6 weeks, there's been some really
6 weeks. Three.
well, 3 weeks, whatever. Feels like 5 years. We've been married for 175 years.
Oh.
No, it just there's
the abuse I put up with.
little things you notice that tell you somebody's doing better on a day-to-day basis.
I try to be as positive as I can be, which brings me to my next point. Trolls. I fucking hate them. That's my bitch of the week. Internet trolls. If you ever have an opinion on a political anything,
Oh fuck.
on a journal website, and information on news, oh my fucking god, what the hell is wrong with you? If you're a troll, you deserve death. Just there's no reason to beat up anybody or pull the negative. It's just horrible.
Oh, the
Horrible.
one I hate, because everybody's a fucking expert now, and it doesn't matter on what. It can be on COVID. It can be the war on Ukraine. It can be what your local NHL team is doing or not doing, and it just
Well,
you can't win with it. So I just avoid it
I put
altogether.
the freezer up for a giveaway.
Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of people asking for it and stuff. And the one guy and I took them in order. Like I'm being fair. I took them in order and told other people that I'd put them on the list. And my phone just lit up 12 minutes straight of nonstop texts and back and forth and stuff. This guy was going to come later that night to get it. And then he changed his mind and said he wouldn't be there until the morning. So I waited and I thought, okay, from Edmonton to here, it's about 40 minutes. Give him the benefit of the doubt. So when he still didn't show up an hour later, I texted him and I got an answer back that said, okay. It's like, are you coming or not? Okay. Really? I have other people interested. Okay. So what is that supposed to mean? Okay. So after going back and forth with this jerk for, 15 minutes off and on, I just said, fuck it. I said, I'm going to the next person on the list. But unfortunately, the next person on the list had found another one because she didn't hear from me by 9 o'clock. So that was fine. I just continued down the list until I finally found a family that actually came from the Philippines that really needed it.
That's a long way to go for a freezer, but they don't have them in the Philippines.
No, and they came and got it right away, and issue gone. Like I have my kitchen back, so behind Wade now is 6 feet of space, which I didn't have before. And great. And the only reason we got rid of it is because of all the abdominal surgeries. I can't reach inside because it's too far down.
I was
So I'd
scared of
have to
coming home from work and finding her this position in the freezer.
Well, I had to wait for Wade to get home to get stuff out of the bottom. So it's like, okay, and I was going to go to an upright because I'm having a couple more surgeries. So this isn't going to go away anytime soon. It's going to be like this for the next 2 years. So now we have an upright. It doesn't hold as much food. So now no more food holding. I can't do baking and put it to freeze because it's but that's okay.
Wait, what?
It's full. I won't be doing any baking.
Wait, what? What do you mean you won't be doing any baking?
Did you want baking?
If I would have known this was a condition of getting rid of that freezer, that freezer would still be here.
I didn't say
I'm gonna go get that fucker back.
I didn't say I won't make cabbage rolls and pierogies.
Oh, okay. No, we're good. We're golden. As long as we
Yeah.
got cabbage rolls and pierogies, we're all good.
But I mean, cakes and muffins and pretzels and shit. I don't have space for it right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
Thanks for the birthday wishes, everyone. Thank you so much.
even Gwen says you're looking great. I don't know, room full of lesbians. I don't know. No, I'm teasing. She is pretty good looking, isn't she? She's mine. Call me Jets.
Oh, I wish I would have known that.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that tomorrow, but you didn't want this chest anyways. I forget where I was going. I had something I was going to add to that, and I don't remember what it was. So I'll do this instead. Tonight's show, not brought to you by anybody, but I always like to give Positive Mike a shout out. You can't buy his beer, but you can buy his swag, and he has some really cool looking swag. If I had any money, I'd buy some. Great beer. We have had 5 bottles of it here, and they were all just fantastic beers. The man knows what he's
The
doing.
only one that I didn't really care for, and I'm not a beer drinker, so you take that as a huge compliment. The only one I didn't like was that donkey. Swamp
Oh yeah,
Donkey.
Swamp Donkey.
But that's just me. I'm not a beer drinker.
And of course, behind every great successful business is the driving force of that business. Mike's lovely wife, Kel, and her positive Mike's Brewing Duke.
And they are positive.
And they are positive. They're very positive people, both of them. And
And it's
love them to
always-
death.
Always good to surround yourself with positive
Yeah.
people.
And
Always.
that's the one thing we've got going for us is we have positive people all around us.
I've gotten rid of most of the negative ones.
Yeah.
I don't need that crap in my life.
And
Nobody does.
we're both Doe and I at home are positive all the time. It didn't even, we were before all this shit happened. And the positive people that have come out of the woodwork to just say hi, to
Yeah.
offer a piece of advice.
Or ask for advice.
ask
That's
for
amazing
advice.
too.
And that's where I was going. Thank you. Bang, nailed it. Asking for advice. You've again had
2 today.
2 today. A lady you've been texting with now since
5.
5 o'clock this evening, texting back and forth. Her husband's in a bad state. He's terminal. And he's going through a really, really tough time accepting it. And from what I've gathered just in chatting with you, he's
Yeah,
trying to push everybody away.
Yeah, he won't go for counseling. He won't accept any help. He has his good days, and even those good days are very bleak. And then he has his bad days, which are even worse. So, my suggestion to her was to go to family counseling and don't include him. Try to figure out ways of getting him more positive, but he'll have the fear of being left out if the family's going to counseling to learn how to deal with him.
In the back.
He might gain some interest in maybe.
What are they saying about me?
Yeah.
Maybe I better go sit in.
So she's taking a little bit of a leave. She's gonna have a little vacation and feel better about all of it. Sometimes time away from the person is called for so they can think on their own and figure out some stuff, because I don't think he's had a lot of time on his own, and that might be a good thing.
Yeah, could be. And then last week, of course, we had Sean on, Glassy, producer of Bonzi's show. Tripping with Bonzi. He's on the Dean Blundell Network. We had
Good for
Glassy
Tom.
on.
Good for Tom.
Yeah, Glassy on, and his dad's going through cancer right now, and it too is terminal, unfortunately. But his dad's also paralyzed from the waist down, and they finally discovered another tumor or something on his C2 just below his neck, second vertebrae down, and they were able to surgically remove the growth from there. Everything was successful, so he will have some mobility here shortly when everything starts to heal and so forth, and
It'll take the pressure off.
it'll take the pressure off the nerves. He'll be able to move his legs. They'll get him up and walking, and some mobility back, and a little better quality of life for however long he has to live. Yeah, it was a tumor on his T2, Tamara says. And talked to Glassy. last night I think he phoned me, right?
This afternoon.
Or this afternoon he phoned me
Yeah.
and it was telling me about it and so forth. So good on Tom. It's
staying positive. for
staying
Tom.
positive for Tom, and Tom, I know Tom's trying to stay as positive as he can. According to Glassy, he's always talking about the future and what they're going to do, and
And
so
positive.
forth, and that's
really
positive.
positive.
Mm.
Having something to look forward to, anticipation
Yeah.
can change one's brain significantly for the good. It creates serotonin, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Oh Jesus! Look what I've done. Damn it! I brought up a picture, said it was, behind a very successful man is and now Mike and Keller fighting in the chat room. Jesus, brutal, absolutely brutal.
Welcome to Marriage 101.
Yeah, Marriage 101.
We've
Now we've gone from
everything I know.
now we've gone from helping people deal with cancer and issues getting
and by the way,
things
there's no way to
to marriage counseling.
there's no way to have a colonoscopy prep easier to swallow. I had that question put to me today.
Yeah, that's
too.
right too. Yeah.
And there's just no way. You can either put it in a fridge so it's a little easier to swallow, chug back what you can, put it back, go back to it in 10 minutes, chug what you can, and that's the only way to get through it. It's really disgusting. And it's worse than the old school one. The old school, you took 2 Dulcolax and then you waited 4 hours. You took 2 more Dulcolax and a bottle of Citrus Mag, which wasn't so bad. It wasn't so big. And then you took another bunch of shit in the morning. But you lived on the bathroom floor. This one, you don't live on the bathroom floor, but you got to drink two bloody liters of it. And that's disgusting. And it doesn't have a flavor. It's just gross. And there's no easy way to do it. That's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, that was the other one. And as you can tell, just by the conversation that Doe and I are having right now, we tell everybody, or we tell each other everything. I mean, Doe gets a text and it's, oh, this person's dealing with that. 2 heads are better than one. I might not be able to offer the best of advice,
Communication.
but
is,
I'll throw shit against the wall, and if something sticks, it sticks. If not, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
He's in captivity in the bedroom.
No fighting, just bugging him as I've been bringing him food and drinks to the bedroom door all day. Oh, lost the keys to the handcuffs. Okay. A little too much information, but whatever. Geez, Mike, be more appreciative of of your wife. Yeah, Mike, Jesus, she'll find the handcuffs keys. She'll free you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, have a laugh. Pass this along to other people that that are going through cancer, going through whatever life. They need someplace to vent. They need somebody to scream and yell at. They can come scream and yell at us. We've got big shoulders. We can take it. We'll help put them in the direction that will make their days ahead a little easier and go from there.
Definitely.
Anything else? What else you got on the table tonight? Anything?
Just a shopping troll still pisses me off.
Shopping trolls.
And the worst part is he took up my time, and other people could have, don't do that. Don't be a shopping troll.
Yeah, exactly. I was a shopping troll last week. Was it last week?
How so?
I was going to look at something, and then something come up, but I texted the guy first thing in the morning saying, "Look, I'm not going to be able to make it."
Back from him.
Yeah, and then
it was one of those things too. Like if you have something listed someplace, any place, the idea is to get it sold. So be communicative. Like, if somebody communicates to you, communicate back. Answer. Don't leave it for a day and a half. Oh, sorry, I was away.
Oh, that clown, yeah.
That's who the clown was.
Yeah, that's right too. That's right too. 2 days later, he gets back to us. Oh, sorry, I was away on vacation. Well, I had already figured out where the item was that we were looking at online. I knew who had it up for sale, so I phoned the office directly and said, "Yeah, Brad's got this for sale." And the guy, no word of a lie, the guy on the other end of the phone, the owner of the company that I deal with daily as well, the owner of the company goes, "Brad, we don't have no fucking Brad here. What the hell are you talking about?" I said, "Well, do you have this trailer?" "Yeah, we have that trailer." "Yeah, Brad's got it listed for sale for you." "Well, I don't know who the fuck Brad is. I got nobody here named Brad." So I tell you what, Tony, I'll see you Monday. "Who is this?" "It's Wade from Alden's." "Oh yeah, okay, we'll see you Monday." And that was the end of that. So
eventually we'll get there, but we're not there yet.
So how long, Kel, did you have to keep positive Mike?
Positive.
How long did you have to keep him handcuffed now to make them positive again? What was he doing that was negative?
I don't know, but whether it was 2 years, nothing today plus.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Secret code.
That secret code. I think if I have to read into what's going on in the chat room, Mike has the COVID. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing because Kel's throwing food under the door for him, and 2 years nothing. Today positive.
And
So
you watch Minions all day.
and you watch Minions all day, which you'd do.
I would do
Yeah,
that.
I can't do that shit.
I understand them better than people.
I actually, you know what? After this week, I'm starting to relate to Minions and shit better than I do people too. So, fuck. The world is stupid, people. It's just full of
And
idiots.
now they're all out again.
Yeah. Oh, Mike and the 5-year-old both have it.
Oh, geez.
Oh well. Just throw them in the basement, and throw a roast down once a week. They'll be fine. Little kitty litter so they can poop. It's all good.
It's called dry composting.
Dry composting. Yeah, exactly. Oh God. God love you guys.
That's right.
So mental note: don't buy beer from Mike for 21 days. 5 more for him to get over the COVID, and then 14 more days because you know damn well he's going to lick one of the beer bottles. You know damn well.
When he gives
I know.
you
Yeah, the one he gives me.
milk.
Here, wait.
Nothing.
Have a beer.
Nope.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
survived the shot 3 of Moderna. Ew,
That's right too. We had our
last week.
last Friday, a week ago today.
Yeah.
It's still dragging my ass.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, I don't know what. I didn't have an issue with the other ones, but I'm hoping it's the Moderna and not something else.
Malaria.
Yeah. Because was it yesterday? I couldn't move my upper body, my shoulders and my neck
Yeah,
were
I
just
was like
locked
that
right
for 2
up.
days.
And you said that
Yesterday
you were
I was
like that.
better.
So
Yesterday
I'm
I was better.
better today, but
I had a little bit of a headache here and there, but nothing serious.
Yeah.
No arm pain or anything like that. It was just the joints, my
Yeah.
neck just.
I had a headache there for a couple days, so much so I took my blood pressure tonight. Don't made me. She do your blood pressure. So I
Well,
did
if
my
you
blood
have a
pressure.
headache, take your blood pressure.
Set a new high score. Yeah.
So now we have a doctor's appointment at this.
380 over 295. Yeah, I'm doing
Sounds
good.
like my dad.
So, but my headache's gone now. I haven't
I don't
taken
think I'm
anything for
doing the
it. So.
4th shot. Cancer or no cancer, I don't think I'm doing the 4th shot. I've reacted to too many of them already, and
I think my 4th shot, I'm going to take it between the toes because I'm starting to look like a junkie up here.
yeah, I don't think I'm doing.
Did you see all the tracks? Look at needle tracks in there.
Well, I had a
Oh,
full
Jesus.
dose because I have cancer, so that was fun. I should have had a more of a reaction. You had you had more of a reaction this time than I did.
See, yeah,
See,
even
that-
Danielle had it.
See, and
Couldn't
it
lift her arm
depends
for
where
days.
They put the shot too. Like this time, I got it in my bicep, and the pharmacist before that was doing it up high in the shoulder, and up high, it just localized right down my whole arm, and I couldn't move my arm. This one was in my muscle, and it was better.
It's
way
where I was
better.
lightheaded and dizzy, but that's normal for you.
When did you eat last?
When did you eat last time?
Are you hydrated?
Take your blood pressure. If it's not 280 over 190, I don't even want to talk to you.
What's your salt intake?
It's your salt intake. I do feel better this evening, though.
Because you had some salt and some water.
I didn't have any water.
I know you have water.
No, I'm pounding back
You need
coffee.
to drink more water.
I like coffee.
I know you like
Coffee's
but you
good.
need to drink more water. I don't know how you don't have kidney stones. I really don't.
The same way you thought I had gluten allergies for 11 years. This is a gallstone.
You
One
felt better.
big
What was I
fucking
supposed to do?
gallstone. I know.
Kept you out of the hospital for 11 years.
Yeah, I know.
Suffering.
Suffering.
But you felt better. Oh, well.
Oh well, young, you get over it. So the weather's turned. Spring is, I think, finally here.
Thursday we'll know for sure.
We sat out on the deck last night and tonight, which was kind of nice for a little while in the afternoon. So that was really nice. I really like that. It's a lot of fun because we go back and Kona, our puppy, has a football. This purple football with handles on each end so you can throw it and stuff like that. And
with a ball inside. It's a jumbler.
Jumbler. And when you go outside with her, that's the first thing she goes for because she thinks that you have so much fun throwing the ball for her for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So I'm getting a little revenge now because that ball is out in the backyard someplace, buried under 18 feet of snow. And we go outside and it's, hey, where's your ball? Go find your ball. And she's gone for half an hour at a time looking for that ball.
She's frustrated. She barks.
She's pissed off. Oh, she's mad about it. She can't find it anyplace. So
Maybe you should get checked out tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow you better get checked out. It sounds like you have sounds like you smoke too much.
Or, well, even your electrolytes. If you're drinking too much water, your electrolytes could be out because you could be flushing them out.
That's true. Yeah. You're peeing yourself.
Yeah, I'd get that checked.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Tamara did have COVID. That could be a long haul effect of the COVID you had too, Tamara.
Yeah,
It really could be. So
Or the extra weight.
yeah, the extra weight, that'll do it.
I
Carrying
felt a lot better, like losing. I mean, I lost the weight quickly, but that was from starving to death through all of December and part of January. But losing that weight made a difference on my joints and even my breathing.
holy fuck, watch her eat now, boys.
Yeah, I
Yee.
gotta be careful.
Yeah, she can put the food back now. She's back to eating 3 square suppers at a supper time.
Yeah, I pay for it though. Like I don't sleep well because certain foods don't work
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like anything,
But it's a learning curve.
anything green.
It's all a learning curve. You know, the
I'm
only
not
way.
learning that well. I'm eating.
Yeah, I know, but you know which foods really don't
don't mesh well.
with your stoma and don't work well and cause you pain and discomfort. So it's a one and done. You know,
Yeah, for the
and
most part.
move on to something else. So
They say you can't eat greens. Well, I found a way to eat some of them.
yeah,
Cut the hell out of them and just eat the tops.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
but Danielle has a severe obstruction of something. I missed the earlier part of the conversation, I
Sure,
guess.
for lung testing.
I went for lung testing. Yeah. See, if that could be long haul COVID effects, or you're smoking too much.
COPD.
That's COPD. That's my go-to now. Being an ex-smoker. Maybe you smoke too much. Yeah, Tamara needs to see a doctor. She's going Monday. She said earlier she's going Monday to the doctor. So maybe you're pregnant tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's gonna cost me a punch in the throat the next time I see her, but it's well worth it. It's funny. So yeah, go see your doctor. She's going on Monday to see the doctor. Doe's eating everything in the house. If it's not strapped, bolted down, or moving and alive.
God, getting groceries is a treat.
Holy fuck.
$176 for nothing.
Yeah, we didn't buy anything. It cost us $175.
Can believe
It's
that.
just
And
ridiculous.
now it's just basics: bread, milk, and cheese.
Chicken wings
$23
have
for a
more than
package.
doubled in price in the last 2 months.
$23
Yeah.
for a package of wings.
Cheese. You know the bigger bricks of cheese, they're flat. They're like, I don't know, 400
Hardly any
grams.
cheese in there, yeah.
Hardly any cheese in there. They are $9.99 now. They were $5, $4
All summer long.
all summer long. They're $10 each now. What was it?
Now it's on sale.
There was something else that just gave me a holy fuck moment tomatoes. I went shopping last week. 4 Roma tomatoes, and they were like that big around. 4 of them in a plastic container were $5. I was like, holy fuck, man. I'm going to be grazing out in the front yard because there's no dog shit in the front yard, and I'm just going to go out and graze on the lawn.
Dandelions.
Make some dandelion tea to wash the lawn down with.
I don't know.
No, it's just ridiculous. So
It's between gas and groceries. I don't know how anybody's paying mortgages and rent.
yeah,
Just with the utilities yet too.
yeah,
And that's all going to go up again on the 1st.
Yeah.
All of it, right
All of it.
across the board.
all of it right across the board. Yeah, because the new carbon tax comes into effect on the 1st of April. And we're all, it's only 2.5 cents a liter for fuel. Yeah, it is 2.5 cents a liter for fuel. But guess what? When I drop those groceries off at the grocery store and it cost me $2,000 to fill up my tractor trailer to bring them there, guess who's getting saddled with that bill? Yeah, the grocery store. And then guess who gets saddled with that bill? Yeah, you and me, the consumers. So
13 cents rebate, big fucking whoop.
yeah. Well, I know. Tamara spent $1,000 at the beginning of the month, stocked up her freezer and pantry, and needs to go shopping yet again. Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
I know. It's
Yeah.
retarded. Well, I used to buy those frozen juice mixes for, I think, $1, 2 for $1 sometimes, because I'm going through a lot of liquids. Like I have to have 10 glasses of something a day, and those juices now are $1.89 each, and it's like, you got to be kidding me! I can't afford that. So I went to the drugstore and I found packets of Kool-Aid. Well, I remember back in the day, you could buy 3 packs of Kool-Aid for $1, and I'm talking the stuff that you mix sugar with, not the pre-mixed crap. Now they're $1 a piece, and you can't find them in most places. They all come with that sucralose or artificial sweetener in it, and that's just wrong. Your
Yeah, it
body's
is.
not meant to ingest
But you know
that
what?
crap.
You can go in and buy a hoagie. It's still $6 or $7. A Pukey burger out of the gas station freezer is still $6 or $7. Chocolate bars are still $1 each. You know, like
Now they'll go
all
up
the
too.
crap food is still, it's still relatively inexpensive.
I
Cheap.
can't believe I'm paying $5.50 for a jug of milk.
Yeah, well, $5.50 for a jug of milk or $1 for 2 liters of Pepsi. You can find it on sale for $1. So why
Yeah.
why is the world getting fat? Well, because we can't afford to eat properly.
Well, even KD, like I've noticed it. I'll only buy it if the 12 pack is on sale for under $10. That's the only time I'll ever buy it.
That's funnier than hell to me because KD is 25 cents a box
At
all day
best.
long.
But $1.89 per box, if you're going to buy it, that's retarded.
Yeah.
In some places, even higher. Like I'm talking no frills prices, which is probably the cheapest that you're going to find. But that's still ridiculous.
It is. It's nuts. Just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Tamara
about
spends
right.
$150 a week on fresh fruit and vegetables. We don't.
Apparently, we do 174 this week.
Yeah, but we only bought 1 cantaloupe
And some zucchini.
and some zucchinis. But
That's because that's what I can eat.
yeah, that's what you can eat.
Oh, and tomatoes. We bought some tomatoes and cucumbers. So yeah, we got
Okay,
veggies.
4 veggies and fruits.
But still, even just that little bit, that was over $20.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Fruits around here, because Doe can't eat the majority of fruits.
Mm.
They're
Melons I can have.
melons,
Mhm.
peeled apples, bananas,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So
Oh, I can't imagine what the school fees are like now.
we don't buy a lot of fruits to eat out in the house, whereas prior we'd buy strawberries and raspberries and anything, and we'd eat it. So it's just nuts crazy. Danielle's about 30 a week, but it's just me and my girl plus school shit. Man, it adds up fast. I know, Danielle, if I was in your shoes, I'd be selling that child.
You
It
can't
just,
sell your kids.
oh yeah, you can. I know people. I got a guy.
Uh,
He's in Mexico, but I can get your child sold for you, and I can get you a reasonable price. I know I tried selling mine, but they're all fucking middle-aged now, so I can't do that.
I tried raffling them at one time.
Yeah, I tried raffling them off at one time. Do that didn't work for the shit. Yeah, so I don't know. What can I tell you? You haven't met her. She's a mini me. See, the world doesn't need 2 Danielles. It really doesn't. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience because there's 3 Wades out there.
Wow.
There's 3 of me. There's me. There's Sheldon, who is basically mini me but bigger now, and Tamara, who is the female version of me. And it's just, yeah. You don't need 2 of you. I don't need 3 of me. Tamara pays $400 a month for school for Emily. Yeah, but Emily's in a high, what do they call that? Sports program. High intensity sports program. So you're paying for that. Put her in regular school, like a regular kid, where they go and learn to be stupid like the rest of us fucking people on this fucking
I
planet.
worry actually with all this COVID stuff and parents who weren't disciplined in teaching homeschooling, that just went, oh yeah, get your lessons done and never paid attention to whether they actually were. Those poor kids are going to be struggling
Oh shit,
all
yeah,
through
yeah.
school, and there's going to be a lot of dropouts.
Yeah,
just because they're frustrated because they didn't learn, and it's the parents' fault. It's
Yeah.
not the kid's fault; it's the parents' fault.
It is. You're exactly right. The parent probably would have been better off to put a stripper pole in their daughter's 10-year-old bedroom. If you're not going to monitor what they're doing, here's a stripper pole. You fucking practice, because you're going to need it when you turn 18, because you're going
There's
to
a
be
lady-
just dumber than a stick.
There was a lady in Lamont. She's got like 9 kids, and she quit her job, stayed home because she discovered that she could get paid for the homeschool. I think it was like, she said $800 per kid. She's got 9 of them. Plus they gave her an allowance for computers for all of them. So she was up to upgrading everything,
Yeah.
TELUS wise for the on-school learning. And she said she made more money because she didn't have to pay for lunches. She could make lunches at home and something that they could actually all eat instead of individualized. And she was making more money doing that than she was working and paying for sitters.
Yeah, well, definitely.
And incredible.
I looked into being a foster parent. Foster parents make really good money. I looked into it, but I hate kids, so that's a no go, no bueno. It's not good.
I like kids.
They're good barbecued.
I like the troubled kids, though. I don't like regular kids.
Yeah, that's true. I
I like dealing with.
I like dealing with the problem child.
the.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Oh, so your 15-year-old daughter's a teenage slut runaway. Send her over. We'll fix her. Trust me. Doe and I we'll fix her.
3 days and she'll be wanting to go home and be a good girl.
Yeah, exactly. And Danielle's kiddo is at school with kids of all ethnicities. English isn't her first language for a lot of them. I feel for those kids. Yeah, you know what though? The only way you're gonna, and speaking from experience, the only way you're gonna get better at speaking English is to have to speak it. And I learned that the hard way in Mexico. The only way to learn Spanish down there is you have to speak it. And we go to an area of Mexico where poquito Inglés and mucho Spanish.
No, not as much.
Not as much now, but when we were first
It's
going down there,
frustrating now because you want to practice your Spanish
and they want to practice
and
their
they
English.
want to practice
Yeah,
their English.
so
So if you ask them something in Spanish, they will refer to you in English. So it's kind of a catch-22 reversal. And sometimes they tell you speak Spanish better than they do.
Mike says homeschooling kids ain't happening. Well,
Yeah, you got to be a
Mike-
very patient parent.
you could teach them how to make beer, and at least they'd have a craft to fall back on when they bust a hip on the stripper pole. It's
Just trades.
just trades. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
require a lot of education for a trade. You require different
Yeah,
education. It's
see,
hands-on.
Danielle, yeah, it's the other kids that don't speak English. That's where your daughter has to step in and try to help them learn English, and at the same time, she can learn the language these kids are speaking.
Or if she even gets one
Yeah,
friend that she's comfortable with. And
Kids are really resilient. They will catch on so damn fast. So
I never got past conjugating verbs in French. I hated French. Still hate it.
Kel's mother-in-law phoned. Oh God, there's a phone call. Mother-in-law, fuck that. Burn the house down. Run away. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything. Mike said he wants to homeschool. That you were really good at homeschooling, and he really wants you to do that. So there's that going for you. It's like Jack's school. Emily's school is in the bubble. Not a lot of diversity, that's for sure. Well, no, it's hockey. She's in a hockey culture at school, so you're not going to have a lot of ethnic diversity in that bubble of hockey,
Might have a
because
couple.
you might have a couple, but if it was a soccer school,
Yeah.
you're more up to have that
Yeah, she can
ethnic
play soccer in the
diversity.
summer too. She
Yeah.
loves that. It's always good.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, homeschooling for the non-English speaking kids. Well, that's where you and your daughter get involved. You have a homeschool play date on a Saturday morning from 9 till noon. The little, for lack of it, the little immigrant children come that don't speak good English. They come, and you and your daughter help them get through the lesson of the day. Maybe some English words that they're going to need. Bus, I don't know their English capabilities. I taught ESL, English second language, years ago to the Korean boat people at my mom's school, where my mother was a community school coordinator, and it was simple words that I had to teach them. Bus, food, just simple words. Bathroom, which shit there. I mean, they walked out with some colorful words too. I was young and it was fun.
What's
But,
going on with Katie?
But I did learn a little Korean as well. Vietnamese. Katie has spent the last 6 weeks in the Royal Alec. And now they are discharging her next week and basically threw a life jacket at us and said, good luck. I'm really upset and mad. Okay, Gwen, let's get into this. Let's delve into it. What's going on? Where'd you go? Did you want to jump in, Gwen? Gwen, I'm going to send you the link. If you feel like jumping in, please do so.
Mhm.
If you don't feel like jumping in, I understand. Not a problem. It's up to you. But we're here to help you. Like, let's figure something out. Let's hammer this. And Tamara says even the non-academy part of the school is very, very white. So
That's St. Albert for you.
yeah, it's St. Albert too.
It's the
There's
elite.
not a lot of ethnic diversity in St. Albert.
A little bit, but not. It's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
it's coming. Yeah, they're taking over. They'll be there. We don't know them. She just started in JK and then went into lockdown. Well, it's you don't even need to know them. You just need to have your daughter know them and throw the invite out. That's all.
National Geographic's good.
Oh yeah, now I learned a lot from National Geographic.
Remember we used to have the little magazines.
Mm.
They used to come to the school and stuff, and I think my friend had them come to her house.
Yeah.
Magazines. I never got them because we were poor.
Oh, I used to love flipping through National Geographic, just looking at the pictures. And it was just everything from.
Sometimes a picture would tell a story.
Yeah.
By itself.
One of the highlights of my photography career was actually being published in National Geographic in 2017. Took me a while, but I got there.
With regards to Gwen, sometimes she's young, so sometimes when puberty hits, it's a godsend. It'll actually change some of the hormones, and sometimes it makes it worse. So it just depends on some of that. She's probably got a little bit of that going on, but patience. Coffee will help with the ADD. It works reverse for adults.
Yeah.
I am ADD. I don't even test well because I test right off the charts, even at this age. And when I was little, they used to say, just don't give her sugar. Just don't give her sugar because she's busy. And that was the way they dealt with it back in my day. And they still don't do much for adults.
Gwen, I tell you what, I know you don't want to come on the program, and I don't blame you. It's not something you want to talk. But if you want to talk to us, you've got our phone number, and if not, I will private message you our phone numbers. And if you want to call, if you want to just text, whatever, feel free to do so. And we're here for you.
Sometimes they need an outlet as well.
Yeah.
So if she's not getting that outlet physically, it's going to make things worse, and she'll react in violence. Sometimes sports teaches them self-discipline, like karate really helps with kids with ADA. OCD, that's a tough one because there's no real coping mechanisms for that. But there are for the lashing out. I mean, that's more of a frustration, I think, from her.
She's what,
So she's
6?
reactive.
How old is she? 6, 7?
7, 8.
So yeah, I found with kids, like even my kids growing up, they were all
Well, AD.
Ryan was ADD off the charts.
He was fun to catch when he was little with a wet diaper.
Tamara was just a smart ass with a smart mouth, very much like her father. And the biggest, when they lash out, I know with Ryan especially, when he lashed out, it was out of frustration.
And it was overstimulant.
And it was overstimulated. You know, you put him in front of a video game for 20 minutes and he's just, bleh, his mind just explodes. And they lash out of frustration because they don't know how to control what's going on in their head in order to deal with it.
Quick
So
question, do you have a swing set or an access to a swing set? there's been therapies that show kids that are in that state, if they swing for 10 or 15 minutes, it calms them.
And Tamara still is a smart ass. Yep.
Yeah, she's off the chart. with
She's
that.
off the chart smart ass. She's
Yeah,
she's
it's overstimulating.
she's
for the
one that
brain
can keep
with
up.
the TV and the video games and the computers and stuff, and they need a physical outlet. They really, really do need something physical to do. Even crafts will help somewhat, but yeah, it's frustration on
same.
their part. But
Yeah,
the
tomorrow-
swing does help. It somehow soothes them. And there's a bunch of therapies and a bunch of different swings, and you can get a fishnet swing that you can stick to the ceiling. And I can't remember what it's called. It's a cargo swing. And apparently 10 minutes in the cargo swing, a kid with ADD or ADHD just comes right down to a calm level.
Yeah, that put me to sleep.
Yeah, and
Just
the
instantly.
movement of it. So I
Yeah.
think any swing would probably help. Those cargo swings are a definite thing, and just an outlet, a good outlet.
Yeah. See, and Tamara, Jack has Jack lashing out. Jack has ADHD as well, and he gets overstimulated and wild, and it's frustrating. For as his grandfather trying to deal with it, sometimes it is frustrating. But then you got to sit back and realize, hey, if I can calm him down, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Kel finds her boys spend a lot of time watching TV. They're demons. Kel, that's just Mike's sperm. That's all.
Demon sperm.
Demon sperm.
It has it
Um,
too.
I have the same thing. Well, yeah, no, she can't self-regulate. She's 7.
Yeah.
She relies on parents to regulate. The parents have to be in charge of the screen time. The parents have to be in charge of the Nintendo time. They have to be in charge of what she eats, when she eats.
Sunlight
It's
helps.
just it's a very regimented process. Just bang, bang, bang. And once you get 2 weeks into that regimented process, where it's the same thing every day for 14 days, it becomes a habit for you and a habit for her, and there's some structure to life.
But there still needs to be that physical outlet.
Oh yeah, there still needs to be that physical outlet. And I'm not
Soccer.
saying it's Rice Krispies for 14 days in a row for breakfast. I'm just saying breakfast is at 7:15. You're dressed up ready to go to school at 8. You're out the door at 8:05. If she walks to school, you're at the school at 8:15. Just a time stamp on every little thing.
Yeah, they need
Yeah,
structure.
and that structure, it takes about 14 days, and that structure will help. It's nothing you're going to see instantly, but it will help. And yeah, Jack has ADHD, OCD, some Tourette's, some vocal noises and tics, and ODD. So yeah,
Yeah, weighted blankets. If
Mhm.
if you don't have a weighted blanket, throw on a couple extra blankets at night.
Yeah.
Just it helps with the security.
Doe does that with me. She
I hold
throws
the
the
pillow over your head.
throws
so you
the
pass out.
blanket over me and then pillows over my head till I fall asleep.
You have a rocking thing that you do in the middle of the night that drives me crazy because I'm a light sleeper.
I'm
It's
a
like-
rocker, man.
It's like somebody shoving you every 15 minutes because you'll stop. It's like if there was a rhythm that kept going, I'd be fine with it, but there isn't, and it drives me crazy.
I'm a rocker, man.
Yeah, Gwen, even if you reach out to Tamara, she could probably
Yeah.
help you a little bit.
Because
She's
Tamara
been
has a
through it.
strict regulated schedule during the week just to survive it. Wake at this time, eat at this time, leave at this time, etc., etc. And then weekends roll around and it's fucking all hell breaks loose because those schedules aren't kept. And it's the weekend. It's everybody's weekend. It's Tamara's weekend. It's her boyfriend's weekend. It's Emily's weekend. It's Jack's weekend. So you got to enjoy the weekend. So you break away from those regimented things and all hell breaks loose. But if you were to stick through that through the weekend, and you'd be surprised at the change. But who wants to do that?
And coffee also helps
Coffee is
for ADHD.
the lifeblood. If it wasn't for
especially
coffee,
with kids.
coffee prevents death.
So
Because if I didn't have a cup of coffee this morning before I left the house, I would have been in jail before
mhm.
I walked out the door at work. And nothing even happened there. I was the only one there. But I would have found somebody to kill. It was a
I
day.
think also with with doctors and stuff, they're quick to address something that's
Oh, see, look at that.
they think they see things.
Danielle's 35. Too old for me.
I think sometimes, like in the 90s, was really a big time where they everybody was depressed. Everybody needed to be on some psychomedicine, and then early 2000s, every kid needed to be on something because Ritalin or whatever. And it seems to be a psychomatic thing with doctors, and it just drives me crazy. Some things don't need medication. Some things just need better understanding, as far as I'm concerned. Some things. There is a right place and a wrong place for some of their medicines, because I had my son tested, and I knew my younger son didn't need to be tested. My older one was a problem, and he's still a problem. He's still a concern. But just because Sheldon was Taylor's little brother, as he came up in school, the teachers automatically assumed he'd be the same. And he wasn't. He was completely different. Each of the 4 kids that we have are completely different. And I was really pissed off at the teacher. And I don't think we ever did have him tested.
Nope,
No,
never did.
I went storming in and screamed and yelled.
Yeah.
And I said, "What is he doing? Something out of the ordinary?" "Well, no, he's Taylor's brother." Well, it's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. And I think sometimes teachers play a part in it that they shouldn't.
Yep, teacher.
I've had teachers
A lot
that were
of
bad
teachers that we ran into over the years with our kids in school are nothing but glorified fucking babysitters.
Some of them
They're
are.
there to collect a paycheck every 2 weeks, and that's, if they get out of the class alive at the end of the day, that's a win. And it's pathetic. It really is. That's why I didn't go into teaching. I thought about it growing up. I thought I have a cousin who was a phys ed teacher, and I idolized him growing up. Phys ed teacher. And then I had a phys ed teacher in junior high that I idolized because he was just the coolest dude there was. Yeah, that's the way I'm going. Phys ed teacher. Yeah, I'm going to be a phys ed teacher. And I got to deal with kids.
Yeah.
I fucking hate people. I hate kids. And Mike's 100% right. He says doctors overprescribe pharmaceuticals.
They do.
They do. I'm on blood pressure pills and calcium pills. And the calcium pills, that's brand new. That just came down the pipe. And prescribed by the same doctor that did dose testing and prescribed a bunch of hemorrhoid cream and suppositories for her
Yeah, I did
to
wonder.
combat her fucking colon cancer, the dumb cunt, excuse my French. But so I went in and saw him and got the last of the pills that he owed me, and made a doctor's appointment today, as a matter of fact, for March 24th with a new doctor in Lamont. I'm interviewing doctors. These fuckers are working for me now.
Yep.
And it's
How it's got to be.
it's going to be an interview process.
And yes, Tamara,
No.
friendships, actually, when you have a kid that's prone to all this, they seem to be drawn to other kids that act out. And that gives them the sense of, oh, that's how I should behave. That's acceptable. So they get home and they start doing the same thing. And they do this shit in school too, because they want the attention. They crave the attention. So when they're in school, they start acting out, and because they see other people doing it, must be okay. So then they bring it home, and that's an issue too.
Yeah, exactly. And but Tamara, you ran the gauntlet, and I know this because we were there. You ran the gauntlet of testing and shit like that. Sleep studies, tonsil adenoids removed, therapy, strict schedules. Finally came to the point where it was affecting his friendships. And yeah, he had to be put on medication. But the fact of the matter is, you took the steps, you went through the process, you did the legwork, and you know what? Yeah, let's give the pills a try because we're at wit's end, and that's
how it should
that's
be.
how it should be. We went through the same thing with Taylor. We did that. We went to the Glenrose.
The
Fuck.
Glenrose for 6 or 7 months. But Taylor was conniving. He knew how to play things. Like, he had some friends that had certain things, like the Tourette's. So when he would go to therapy, he'd play that he had Tourette's. And so the doctor believed it and gave him pills for it. And I was like, no, he doesn't have any tics or anything like that. So
Yes, please.
we tried the meds, and they did nothing. They did nothing for him because he didn't have it. He was just manipulative. And that's how he was. And he still is stubborn and manipulative.
Yep, exactly.
Actually, a bit of a narcissist, where he'll only tell you the half truth, the part he wants you to hear. He won't tell you what led up to it because that would make him look bad. And that's how that always played out.
So that's where that's where we're at with all this shit. Just the world is overprescribed. A lot of people don't take the steps that, you know, Tamara's taken, we've taken, Gwen's taken. I'm sure
Yeah.
the steps, and that's all you can do. You kind of got to ride it out.
Do a lot of research.
Do the process. Do a lot of research.
Now at least you can do the research online. Before, like when our kids were small, you couldn't. You'd have to rely on these damn doctors.
There's online support groups. Find a webcast like we're doing that deals strictly in kids that have what your child might have.
Or even all of it.
These people have been through it. There's a wealth of information. Like we've been through it somewhat. Tamara's been through it a lot. We can offer what we've done up and what has and hasn't worked for us, and try and give you some guidance, Gwen. Look for podcasts. Look for online support groups.
Even some research.
Don't be
online.
afraid to vent. I mean, I know you don't want to come on here because
Yeah,
I don't blame you. That's kind of threw you under the bus with that, and I really wasn't expecting you to jump on. But find a support network. You know,
Every
even
family
something
has
where you
its-
just type chatting, you know, and throw it out there.
Every family has
Type chatting, yeah.
issues.
Texting.
Issues.
I have no issues. I'm perfect. Don't anybody ever forget that.
You're
And-
perfect, huh?
I am.
Mhm.
And same with Emily. Emily's perfect too. Did everything I could before her meds. She takes a microdose of Prozac for her anxiety, but we've now got it to the point where she only takes it as needed instead of daily.
Mm.
And that's a learning. That's a learned behavior. And Emily's growing up. She's 12.
She's hormonal.
She's hormonal.
That's going to change things.
That's
too.
going to change things.
Hormones are really funny because when I was young, I didn't have migraines. And when I hit about 11, I started getting migraines. And
Oh,
it was
Gwen, I feel so
nonstop.
bad for you. You've been crying all day and you're puffy. I haven't been crying at all today. I'm puffy too. But still perfect.
You're not.
I am so.
Nobody's perfect.
Yes, I am.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Oh, sure. Whatever.
But that's a learned behavior for Emily. She's growing up and
Well, the
realizing.
hormones play a role. Like I didn't have migraines when I hit 11. I got migraines and I ended up with cluster migraines. And by the time I was 14, they were completely out of control. And I was on so much stuff I couldn't even learn. I was just incoherent.
She comes by it honestly tomorrow.
And then I got acupuncture done when it was still a taboo and unheard of and not recognized. But I got that done and it broke up the headaches. And then from there, it was monitoring what I could and couldn't eat because there are foods that trigger the migraines. And actually, probably in the last 2 years, I think I've had only one or two, but I know my combinations of foods. Like Christmas is really tough because I can't eat chocolate, pickled things, and aged cheeses is a big one. Wine, forget it. And mixing them together will create an instant migraine. So keeping away from those foods, watching MSG levels and stuff like that, those are huge triggers for me, even pickled foods. I have to watch my intake, and if I have pickled foods, I can't have cheeses with it.
Yeah.
You know, and just combinations, and the combinations are really bad. The trigger is really
But
good.
again, that's something you've learned over the course of time.
Yeah,
It's all a learned behavior. You know, it's that old adage, Doc, it hurts when I do this in my hand with a pen. Well, then fucking don't do it.
the problem I find with CBD, and this is for all of it, is at some point you're going to need more of it and more of it to get the same results. And that's the problem I have with CBD. And whether it be oils, tablets, pills, creams,
I don't know enough about them to comment.
that's just what I've seen
That's
from people.
that's above this kid's pay grade. I know that I had
But
some
I know if
CBD
you
oil
stop
and
with the energy drinks, you'll have less problems.
yeah, that's true. The energy drinks are killer.
I had a freaking migraine from hell after drinking one Red Bull because I'd never tried one and decided to try it. And I don't know what taurine exactly is, but I know enough to never do it again. I had a headache that lasted 3 days.
Yeah. No, I was on the not the Gatorade, the Powerades when I was with UPS. I was pounding 2 or 3 Powerades a day down, and that was bad. That shit just it corrodes the inside out.
See, I've also had, well, I go to chiropractic, so I did up until this cancer thing. I have to reconnect with him. But I do the chiropractics for my neck to keep it in alignment and stuff. But there's a lot of people that don't, and they're scared to, and rightfully so, because if you can't relax to get your neck adjusted, there is a risk of paralysis, and that's very real. But if you have a chiropractor that is good and takes his time and gets you to relax, he can find that sweet spot to do the adjustment. And once you get used to that, you'll know when your neck's out of alignment and you need to be realigned.
My chiropractor needs to bulk up.
Yeah, it's kind of a really long twig,
It's a
isn't it?
lightweight.
Yeah, it's just skinny and long.
Yeah, see, Tamara pounds the rock stars. Those things aren't good for you,
See,
man.
and Mike can't drink the Red Bull. His heart
Yeah.
goes wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what I was
I've
having.
never tried any others, and I won't.
I
After
was
trying
having.
the one Red Bull, and I did that, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
8 months ago? I'll never do it again.
No, I was having heart palpitations and all sorts of issues with the Powerade and stuff.
Tomato juice works wonders for a hangover. That's just old alcoholic story. It's true. It works wonders. It puts your pH balance back in alignment.
You know what? Worked for me for hangovers was going into the beer cooler and slinging kegs of beer around.
Yeah.
It pumped in oxygen, cold, you get a little sweat going. Man.
I'm happy to say I don't have to have those problems anymore.
Yeah, I don't have them either.
Not very
Not no
often.
more.
Not unless I get together with Maylene on a bender. And that won't happen for at least another 2 years before my liver grows.
I have a couple bad influences in my life. Tamara, one of them, and Sheldon's another one, and yeah, Maylene's another one. So yeah, I'm raging alcoholic. I want to go for drinking to get drunk, I'll go with these people. If I want to sit at home and have a beer, I can do that too. But not like I used to. You know, a hangover used to be 3-4 hours in the morning, kind of. Now it's 3 or 4 days in the week, and it's it's a long while to get over a
You know, and
man.
it was funny because when we drank and smoked all the time, it's like Bill still got paid. How did that happen?
We returned the empties
Maybe.
promptly. Right now, there's about $8,000 worth of empties in our basement.
Now I just look at the cost of food and go, I can't afford alcohol. And I definitely can't afford to smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what a pack of smokes is.
Hello, what's pack of smokes now, Tamara?
$20, 25.
For the premium smokes, not the. I don't even know what you smoke.
The last time I saw a package of, I think it was Demoria, it was 21 something here.
I don't know. Christmas Eve podcasting costs us Christmas Day hangovers.
I still haven't watched that one.
Yeah, you better believe it, Cal.
One day I'm going to binge watch it.
I was a hurting unit on Christmas Day. Just ask Tamara. I was falling asleep on her sofa. Made a big, barely fucking ate.
I would have ate it, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't let it
Yeah.
in. They wouldn't let food in.
They wouldn't let food in. Yeah, that was
Dad snuck me some. It was good.
that was probably the last night that I got liquored up. Nowadays, I know it is. 17-ish for Pall Mall. See, and in Mexico for Pall Mall, I'm paying 3 1/4. Those cigarettes I brought back for Tamara, they were Pall Mall
Especial.
Especial. They had flavor capsules that you crack in the filter. You could either go, menthol or you could go grape, and they were $3.35 a pack.
Those are the expensive.
And those are the
ones.
expensive fancy cigarettes down there. Yeah, so $15.70 for Pall Mall in Ontario. Yeah, but who smokes in Ontario?
Ontario's always been cheaper for smokes. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
well, because we fucking send them all of our tax money, so they don't have to charge them
Oh my God.
as much.
Reserve cigarettes. I can still taste those.
$14 a carton. Oh God.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore anyways.
Yeah, $14. I remember a guy I worked with brought me a bag of
No.
Montreal Reserve cigarettes, and he said he paid $20 for them. But here, have them, take them. He quit smoking. So I got this bag of 200 reserve cigarettes, and I brought them home, and I threw them on the table, and said, there, we don't have to buy cigarettes for a week. And I think we smoked one, maybe two out of the thing, and
Those
it's
are
like,
gross.
can't do it. Can't do it. The neighbor kids were having a big fucking party out in the backyard, causing all sorts of shit and chaos. I went over there about 4 o'clock in the morning to tell them to shut the fuck down. I walk in the backyard, and the one kid looks, oh, neighbor Wade, dude, you got to smoke? So I tell you what, you shut the music down. I'll give you guys smokes for the rest of the night. Deal. So I come home, got that bag of fucking Indian cigarettes, and took them over there and threw them on the table, and never heard of a peep from them till the next day. So I think they might have smoked them and died for a couple hours. Yeah,
Also-
shitty bag smokes, Danielle. You're right.
Also, the if you have a giant tiger close to you, they sell menthol tips, so you can put them on the end of your cigarette, and your cigarette becomes menthol. They sell them here too, but nobody knows because it's behind the counter and behind the hidden stuff. But they have those, and I think they're about $7 or $8, and you get 20 tips or something. But apparently, they're really, really good.
No idea.
Just saying.
No idea. I haven't had a cigarette since Tamara. She's a bad influence on me.
Yeah.
A cigarette with her,
She's at that age. Corrupt your parents.
bunch of Caesars with her. I got free tickets to a hockey game. Tamara and I went to the Oilers game. I got free tickets. It cost us $60.
Yep.
Just in Caesars. So yeah,
Does anybody really do chew? Like seriously?
I used to.
Really?
Yeah, when I played football.
That's gross.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'd never kiss your face.
No, you didn't have to worry because I always drooling all
Yeah.
over this. Yeah, you get hit. You know, roll right to throw a ball down the field and
In your
get
teeth and no
hit,
gross.
and the lineman gets spit on all. Yeah, it was good.
That's like watching baseball. That's the one thing that turns me off baseball is all the spitting. Really? Do you need to?
Kel never smoked. Well, that's an utter disappointment, Kel.
No, that's good. That's excellent. It's the hardest thing to quit.
That is good.
It's the hardest thing to
I
quit.
worked with a guy. Here's a story for you. This is going back quite a few years ago. Doe and I think we're just first married when I was washing windows.
Dave.
Dave,
Dave.
Cummy Dave. I used to do high-rise window cleaning, and here we did the airport, the Edmonton International Airport, and Cummy Dave and I are hanging off the side of the building doing the windows on the tower, on the control tower, and there's a lady on the other side knocking on the glass, and I was like, whatever, you know, hi, how are you, da 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 da, and Dave's, that's my mom. I said, oh, so she's hand signaling to Dave, meet me in the lounge at lunchtime. I'll buy you guys lunch. So Dave's, hey, my mom's going to buy us lunch. And the whole time we were on the swing stage, I used to bug Dave because I think he was the world's oldest virgin. He was 23, going to Nate, and he was a virgin, and he had a girlfriend, and they were saving it for marriage. So I used to I gave him a hard time, like everything. Now, dude, you don't buy a car until you test drive it. I mean, come on, man, how can you go through this? Now I turned and I looked at him one day and I says, no, you know, Dave, you got to find yourself a chick that smokes. Because if a chick is willing to stick a cigarette in her mouth, she's willing to stick anything in her mouth. Well, fuck Dave. Ah, fuck you. What do you know? So we go for lunch with Dave's mom. And this is back in the olden days when you could still smoke in the lounges. And we have lunch with her. Nice lady, pleasant lady. She gets up. I've got lunch. I'm paying the bill. She pulls a cigarette out and lights it and walks away. And I'm sitting there just waiting for her to get out of earshot, just vibrating, just. Finally, Dave turns and looks at me and goes, what? I says, I just noticed, man, your mom smokes. Well, fuck, I thought that kid was coming over the table at me. That was a long ways to get there, but it was worth it. Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
Why don't you guys chew gum instead? Ugh.
Who's doing what now? I'm missing it.
Mike and Darcy chew.
Darcy has it when he's long drive with his kids because he can't smoke and doesn't like stopping. Yeah, well, Darcy's a pussy. You gotta learn how to smoke in a car with the windows down. That's all.
Well,
Like-
they can't now.
See, my parents,
There's laws.
when I was growing up, I used to get hot box in the backseat of the car. My sister and
They're
I,
still car sick.
we'd drive wherever, and mom and dad are chain smoking in the front seat. And to this day, the smell of a match,
like
an
the smell
actual
of a
sulfur
match.
match, lighting a cigarette, that first initial hit of that smell, I still enjoy. Everything else after that, forget it. But that takes me back to my childhood, that smell. And being in the back seat of the car, going to wherever, to Lamont, to grandma's house.
I wonder if that's how pyromaniacs start out, like in the snowy matches. I used to eat
I
them.
don't know.
I used to eat the heads off the matches.
You're weird.
Yeah.
You're weird. I used to break the heads off wooden matches and get a couple thousand of them and then wrap them in tinfoil and then wrap tape around it and then another pack of tinfoil and tape and tinfoil and tape and lots, right? And then take a wick or a fuse, light it up, walk away. It was like a bomb. Put a fucking 7-8 inch hole in the ground, eh?
Yeah, but you used to play with bullets too.
Oh, we used to play with bullets too. Yeah, we put the 22 shells,
In a vice.
put them in a bench vise, snug, and then take a center punch and a hammer. Bing! Yeah, the neighbor had a 1968 GTX in his garage across the back alley. Yeah, he went out to pull it out next spring and had a bunch of bullet holes in the side of it, and he couldn't figure out where and how that happened. I played dumb. I knew nothing about it. I don't know.
You're lucky you didn't blow yourself up.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Still have all
Bullets
10
are just
fingers.
dangerous.
We are. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, cigars were the worst. Yeah, Steve Ramsanker, the principal at the school my mom worked at. Oh, God. The minute he got into his car, he'd light a cigar or two or three. So, yeah, we never hotboxed our kids. We made sure the window was rolled down.
I used to chew the ends off of the wine-tipped Colts. I wouldn't touch the Colts, but I'd chew the tips off. I used to piss off a lot of boyfriends.
Why, Danielle? Were you a shit disturber too? Did you used to shoot the neighbor's car? Did you used to blow shit up just for shits and giggles? If my mother's watching this, I'm 58 years old. I'll be 59 in May. If my mother's watching this, I'll still end up being grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Mm.
Cigars are great. No, I can't smoke a cigar. You know, even in Mexico, you get the on the beach. Come have a Cuban cigar. No, wait, I'm in Mexico. But they call them Cuban cigars in Mexico. They're just gross.
I think the worst thing was being on vacation with my grandparents who didn't know I smoked. My mom knew I smoked, and my dad played indifferent. And being stuck in a Dodge van, one with the overhead cab sleeper, one of those 5 people for 14 days going through the States. And grandma was big on Kino. So we go to this Kino hall and walking into all that American smoke with cigars and stuff, that pretty much did me green. It was within minutes.
That's the other thing too. American cigarettes. Any world travelers here that have smoked American cigarettes prior? We go to Mexico. When I was smoking, I'd buy Pall Mall down there, which are American cigarettes, but they were tolerable. You could smoke them and not.
I think it's the humidity. You
Not
don't smell it.
They didn't have that skank American cigarette smell.
Yeah.
Come back, buying a carton of cigarettes. What was it? $13 the first year we were done. We brought home 2 cartons. Oh, smoked them when we got home. Yeah, I couldn't give them away. They're just gross. Oh, Danielle lived in the country and had an asshole older brother. Well, hey, I lived in the city and had friends
I had cousins.
and cousins. Yeah, I had a lot of cousins I caused a lot of shit with too.
I had one cousin that took me on my first snowmobile ride. It wasn't winter.
Yeah, done that.
Over the haystack, into the pig yard, right through the chicken coop. I've never gone on a skidoo since.
Yeah. Well, I had the same thing with Ross Kettleson. Piss pouring rain outside, and then it stopped, and Ross, well, let's hook up a sled to the horse, and we'll go through the water and stuff, and you can ride on the sled.
Yeah, good idea.
So we tore apart his dad's brand new fucking John Deere lawnmower, took the wheels off of it, the axles, and put them on the sled. And Ross didn't give me the rope to hang on to on the sled. No, he mounted it right to the sled, so I had no say in the matter, and away we went. Fuck, I was covered from asshole to tea kettle in mud, horse shit, you name it. I had it on me. I was supposed to be fishing with my grandfather. Grandpa Carson dropped me off there to spend the day so he wouldn't have to babysit me fishing. And that's the first and only shower I ever had outside with a garden hose. Fuck, that was cold. But yeah, I'll never forget. I was covered from asshole to tea kettle, man. Mud, horse shit, dog shit, whatever else was out there. Pig shit. But he wouldn't let me get off the sled, and away we went.
Yeah, my cousins were horrible too.
And then my parents. That's the other thing. In the winter, okay, you think
At least they would spend time with you.
you'd think they would have learned Wade got covered in shit the last time we did this. Wintertime, myself, my sister, and my two cousins, Kevin and Karen. My dad and my uncle get this brilliant idea. Hey, we got the truck. Let's hook up the toboggan behind the truck. We got a long toboggan. We'll take the kids out in the country and
Go down the road.
go down the roads. So here we are, fucking ditch to ditch. They're doing 30 miles an hour. 2 open bottles of rum in the front of the truck, just pounding back the rum, and we're flying around. Helmets? Nah, what the fuck? Who needs a helmet?
Pads?
Pads?
Not heard it.
Nah, I don't need them. Fuck, we're lucky we survived our childhood.
Yeah,
16
no kidding.
concussions deep I am, kids.
At least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Sneeze the wrong way and you're gonna
Yeah, I sneezed the wrong way, I get a
lose your memory
concussion.
for a day.
We used to rope and snowboard behind a truck through the fields. Yeah, well,
That's
that's.
fun.
But
We used to bumper buses all the
your
time.
your driver was sober, Tamara. You were doing this of your own accord. We didn't have a choice. No matter, it's you kids are going to get along, and you're going to go on a sled together. Okay, and we're going to sit in the trunk and drink
It's
rum.
funny because we grew up without the pads and without the safety stuff, and basically nobody got hurt, not drastically, And now they have all this padding, and
True story. The only time I ever really got hurt, I was wearing a helmet. Football, Clark Stadium. Threw the ball, got nailed on the concrete running track beside the field.
well, you're a foot shorter than anybody else on the
Yeah,
team. So
got thrown into an ambulance, taken to the Royal Alec Hospital, and the only thing I could even recollect about life is that my grandmother was in a hospital. That's the only thing I could fucking remember is my grandmother's in a hospital. And somehow they found her and brought her down to the emergency ward, and she looked at it and went, yeah, that's my grandson. And she made the proper phone calls and stuff to mom and dad and to come and get me and shit.
well, I think they had less rooms back then too.
Yeah, and it was a what is a grade 6 concussion, I think they call it, the most severe concussion you can have.
Yeah, it took
And I
a while.
didn't. It took a long time for me to get my memory back and shit. So, and I was wearing a helmet.
I used to be notorious for biking without hands. Get going and stuff, and doing something while I was on the bike and not paying attention and hitting parked cars and going head over top, or running for groceries. That was my mom's thing. Go to the store. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Can you not drive? Like, seriously, the nearest store from where we lived in the duplex was 9 blocks, 10 blocks. Go to the store. Yeah, okay. Go to the store, and it was never the store closest. It was Safeway, which was 12.5 blocks away. So you go to Safeway, you get stuff, get it in the bag, hang it on your bars, and every damn time get caught in the front wheel. It's like, poof, gone.
At least I have an excuse, Tamara. And what's the deal with fighting? You put me on a pair of skates and in hockey gear, I'll kick the shit out of anybody.
Aggressive.
I'll beat anybody up. You
put
take
me-
my skates off and put me in a bar, and it's where's the punch coming from? I got
See, and then you put me in a bar, and then I come out brave.
Yeah. get the shit kicked out of me in a bar, but on a rink, forget it. I'll take you down every time. I
Put
don't
me
know.
on a rink, I'll be in the box waiting for you to be finished.
Hour and a half in. I think we've covered everything we need to cover.
Probably a lot of things we don't.
Yeah, probably a lot of things we don't need to cover too. Again, Gwen, if you're still watching, by all means, if you want to reach out, we're here. Give us a shout. Doe's home 24/7. Tamara will help you out as well, so don't be afraid to dial the digits and so forth. So we're here for you. We're here for all of you.
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime. And anybody's got any questions about anything, we're more than willing to help you out.
And I don't sugarcoat it. I
No,
don't.
you're gonna get a blunt, honest truth.
Like when
You're-
my friend asked me, how do you go through taking a colonoscopy prep? It's like, sorry, man, there's no easy way.
Pound it back and enjoy it.
Yeah. At
all you
least
can do.
back before this bipegulate crap, at least you had a choice of citrus, lemon, or raspberry.
Yeah, because that tastes exactly like cherry, dentist. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was less of it. Less of it to ingest. This new one with the 35 liters, it might as well be 65 gallons.
That's that old dentist fluoride treatment thing.
Oh yeah.
Would you
just
like banana or
Mhm.
apple? Yeah,
Mm.
fuck, that tastes just like banana ass.
Tastes nothing like it's supposed
Yeah.
to.
Okay, well, Friday night, bitch night.
I think you did it.
I got my shit off my chest. I kind of feel better about myself.
If you're a
alright.
troll, I'll fucking find you.
Yeah, no trolling or we'll kill you. Yeah, that's about all I got, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'm tired.
Peace out.
I'm so tired. Peace out. Doe's gone. She's in bed already. Look at that. Poof. Leaves me with the last word. Oh man, it's just I'm like I said, I'm just so sick of people. I've fucking had it. People just piss me off to no end.
Be good.
So be good to each other.
Be good to those you don't know.
Yeah, just try and
Like I give a fuck.
that's how I feel. Like I give a fuck. Yeah. Peace, love, beer. Thanks, Mike. Good seeing you as well, Danielle. Till next Friday, we will see you then. If something comes up and you need to talk, get a hold of us. We're here. We're here for you. If you want to be on the podcast, if you know of anybody that needs help, don't be afraid to hand them our number. Just give us a heads up that you've done it so that, you know, when the number comes up, Jerry Slazinski, we know what it's about and so forth, and we'll go from there. On behalf of myself and Doe and Kona and Kalua, we wish you all a good night.